From the north side of the San Francisco Bay to Singapore, welcome to Urban X Real Talk Fitness Radio with your host, business owner, lecturer, author, master trainer, Tiaja. With over 30 years of experience in the health and fitness industry, he will challenge the fitness between your ears. So prepare your mind, body, and soul for the revolution of self-care, the evolution of fit, with real talk about real people, real health, real fitness, and the real deal behind our present illness culture. Real talk every time, all the time. Get weekly insights on how to shift your thinking, emoting, eating, training, hydrating, goal setting, and resting for you, the everyday athlete. You can cheat your fitness, but you can't steal your health flow. It's Tuesday, 9 a.m. Let's flow.
Welcome to Urban X Real Talk Fitness Radio, where we challenge the fitness between your ears. I'm your host, Tiaja. Before we start, I just want to wish you all a happy new year. Now, as we traverse the decades and we slowly begin to settle into a new year fresh and pregnant with possibilities and promise, have you asked yourself, what is your next big thing? Now, truth is, we all have things left undone from the previous year, but therein lies a conundrum. Each year, we leave behind unfinished business. We tuck plans and projects away in our soul scrapbook, promising ourselves we'll resolve whatever issues or finish whatever projects in the upcoming year. We take a deep gulp of the proverbial Kool-Aid and convince ourselves that these old dusty projects just need a fresh coat of paint, and so they get repurposed as New Year's resolutions. Okay. Well, fine. But then what happens when it's 2020 and you're still working on incomplete assignments and issues and projects from 2016? The problem is there is no such thing as more time. 365 24-hour allotments is all we get each year. So then what? Here's another problem. Actually, it's a much greater hurdle. At some point, your mind and your body stop believing you. One of the main reasons people are stuck is because they have lost credibility with themselves and the universe. For what we put out into the universe is returned to us. So what happens when the only thing we put out into the universe are wishes and dreams? In fact, the same desires and dreams each and every year. When we fail to push the needle forward, life itself will begin to push back against any and all insincere efforts. Be honest. Is your primary goal to find acceptance or to be admired or to be rich or a combination of all the above? If so, then admit that to yourself, that's your true motivation for wanting to achieve your big thing. In truth, most of my clients wanted to get in shape as a form of revenge towards a former spouse, a loved one, family, or society in general. It was never solely for them. And if that's you, then admit that to yourself. Don't enter this new decade, this new year, burning through precious minutes and moments, attempting to rid yourself of the same old baggage that you've been carrying for years. Not only is that dishonest and disingenuous, it's unfair to you. You can't be vague about what you want and hope to receive it. For example, you can't say to yourself or the universe that you want to lose weight and expect to achieve the physique and look you desire. That would be the equivalent of asking the universe for more money and one day a stranger approaches you with $2. The truth is, you got exactly what you wished for, didn't you? You never said how much you really desired, but that's how we play mind games with ourselves. That's how we postpone our next big thing indefinitely. We don't see the pounds on the scale drop fast enough, so we give in and give up because the images created by our overinflated imaginations didn't quite match reality. But remember, you only said you wanted to lose weight. You never bothered to consider what that weight was made of. Water, skin, muscle mixed in with a little body fat. But you didn't care at the time because you've been conditioned to believe weight is the enemy. So it's lose weight or bust, and thus every year is a bust. In fact, each year you gain more than you lose. Each year you get further and further behind in your bills. Each year you begin to distrust yourself a bit more. Not out loud, but in the still small places of your mind and your heart. And guess how such distrust shows up? It shows up in lack of effort and chronic procrastination. Look, the bottom line is before you can work on your next big thing, you're going to have to work on you. You can do both. But you must reach a state of equilibrium where you're doing some major addition through subtraction. Dear friends, I wish above all things that you prosper just as your soul prospers. You've been listening to Urban X Real Talk Fitness Radio with your host Tiaja. Until next week, as always, walk in health and peace.